Welcome guys, welcome. In this video, we are going to explore the Chrome DevTools. Before we start, I just want to show you that I've created a to-do list, wherein this to-do list will be our guide on how you can explore the Chrome DevTools within the Chrome. Okay, then let's get started. So first, there are different ways that we can pull off Chrome DevTools on a browser, on your Chrome browser. So let's say we have closed that Chrome DevTools. One way with Windows and Linux is by pressing F12. Yeah, so by pressing F12, you can open the tools, or you can also use F12 to exit the tools. So you can toggle between. And then another keyboard shortcut is, I believe, Control Shift I. So I'm using Windows, so I'm not really sure about Mac. Again, by using the keyboard shortcut Control Shift I, so the tool is now closed. The another way is if you have, let's say, decided to choose an element on the page. So let's say in our case, I'll try to choose our services, and then right click on it and then inspect. It will automatically point me to the elements panel, and it will be highlighted on the elements panel, the element itself. So those are the three ways where we can open up the Chrome DevTools. Now the second thing is, what if we want to change the Chrome DevTools position? So in my situation is the Chrome DevTools is at the bottom. What if you want to change it on the left side or right side part of the browser? You can just click this guy here, um, customize and control DevTools, the ellipse, and then you can choose the position. Let's say I want to click left. There you go. It will automatically go to the left side, and the right side of the screen will be the output of the page. So if you can give me a minute here, guys, I'll just yeah. I'm just wondering why the cursor's not working as expected. Anyways, let's ignore that for now. Let's continue with the video. Now that we have shown that, because I'm not comfortable with the Chrome tools on the left side, I want to put it back on the bottom part of the page and click that. Now, as you can see on the page, this is our um, example page where we're gonna play with Chrome DevTools. And I know that most of the developers likes the dark settings of Chrome, or even with their different IDEs. So one way to do that or to change that is you can press F5, or you can click this cog icon. You will be forwarded to this preference settings within the appearance. You can choose dark within the theme. So let's say I choose dark, and it will tell me that it requires a reload, and as long as I'm not reloading, will definitely stay on the light. Now that I need to reload, just by clicking this button, it will apply the settings that I selected a moment ago. But I'm not really comfortable with black because I'm recording the screen, so maybe some of the viewers won't appreciate it. So I'll be going back to the light theme and close it again. And then again, the reload dev tools will notify us if we want to reload the settings that we have chosen. There we go. Um, Now that the theme is color or light, we now maybe move on to the next task. It says here how to navigate to panels using the ellipse and keyboard shortcut. So um let's say we have opened the Chrome DevTools, right? So these are the panels. So we have element, source, console, network, performance, memory, etc., etc. There are quick ways that we can navigate from one panel to another. The keyboard shortcut is Control Shift P. So let's say I want to go to network, I can easily do that. And then if I want to go back again to elements, I'll just type elements and then click that, and it will go back to the elements panel. The other way is you can click this what do you call this ellipse, and then you can um click this I think search, no, run command. Then there you go, you can choose the panels, let's say console. There you go, it's just the same behavior. It's just the first one is we're using the keyboard shortcut, and in this one we're using the ellipse menu. Okay, going back to the dev to do, I'll just make this as a done. Then we'll go now to the elements panel. Okay, in the elements panel, this is the first tab of the Chrome DevTools. This is where we can search or find an element. This is where we can, let's say, modify an element within the DOM. So what if we wanted to automatically select or show us an information about a certain element? We can click this guy right here, and then once we mouse over on a certain element, it will show us the um, some information about it and the tag information about it. And then once we have decided to choose this one by clicking it, it will definitely lead us or navigate us to the exact element on the elements tab. Now, um, now that we have chosen this element, we can, let's say, change its behavior or change its colors, something like those. But we'll go that in a bit. One more thing is I want to show you guys that again in this element tab you can find elements. Let's say if you are familiar with CSS selectors, we can find let's say a CSS nav item. So as I press enter, it will try to locate those element that has a class of nav item, and it will also focus on the Chrome browser that you have selected those. So let's say I'll press enter one more time. So it highlights in color yellow, and as you a moment ago or a second ago, the home tab was a bit selected. And then let's say you have chosen this element, and then you wanted it to, let's say, to be deleted. You can do that easily. So let's say right click on the element and then choose delete element. So as you can see on the screen, we no longer have that menu. So let me just refresh the page again and then select home. Now what if we wanted to edit the attributes of the element? So it's easy. Just let's say index.html doesn't exist in the page, we can edit that attribute. Let's say we can say index2.html. So that's how easy it is within the elements tab. So that's how powerful this tool is. Then another trick is, let's say you want to hide an element on the elements tab. Let's say this one is the home, right? So it has a parent of li. You can just press H. I believe it's H. Yeah. Yeah. After that, as you can see, the text doesn't no longer visible. Yeah. So you can press H again, and then you go. There you go. It will come up and will be visible again. Let's try another element for the H. So I believe we can try this one. Search your domain. As I select this, let me again press the H on the keyboard, and voila, the text has gone. So then when we try to press the H again on the keyboard, it will appear again. So those one of the things that you can do with elements panel. So if you're, let's say, testing something else, what does it look like if it doesn't appear on your page? And then let's say what's this h2, I want to change this into h1. You can do that also here. So as you can see, we have changed the element from h2 to h1. So let's just remove the class. There you go. Then let's get this back to h2. So there you go. Now let me go back to devtools. So show elements panel. Then the next, how to easily open the elements even if the console is currently closed. Yeah, this is quite easy. So let's say guys, I'm on my console panel. Let's say I just type console that hello, and then I decided to close my tools. Then again, I decided to open it. Then it will remember the past panel that was closed. But what if this was closed and that I want to immediately go to the elements panel? You can use the keyboard shortcut Control Shift C. There you go. So using the keyboard shortcut, it will automatically open the first tab, which is element, and then enable this guy. So for you uh to navigate towards the elements and check those information about it. So go back again to dev2. Maybe that's we're good with that already. And then explore the menu of elements panel. Element is selected. Yeah. So again, going back to the element uh panel. Let's say again. Let's choose about us, and then let's say we wanted this element to have a different style. We can do that on the right hand side, which is this styles pane. We can directly manipulate the style of this element using this element.style. So we can say color and then red. So as you can see, it managed to add new properties on the style attribute of that element. So let's try adding more. Then border 1 pixel solid green. So for us to be, so we can see the border, let's make it 10 pixels. So that's one of the ways to do that. Or what if you wanted to add a new class for a certain element? So let's say our services inspect. Then let's say I want to add a new class for that. Let's say navlink dash new class. Just just a random thing. Then let's just put something else here. Color again red. Then border, say 10 pixels solid green. Then so we have created a class, and then we can add that on that element here. So we can say um what's the name of that class? uh let's go back to that. So let's say we want to add a random class. So as we type and press enter, it will automatically add on the class list of the element. So let's try to add another one, random 2 class. So it adds those class. So if we wanted to remove those, we just need to uncheck. And then if you decided to go edit back, so you just need to check those classes again. Again, let's get back to the what we're doing. So this is the element. Let's click this. Let's try to create a new class. Let's say navlink dash target. Yeah, so let's copy that, and then let's add that on this element. There you go. So you can do that, guys, but we didn't actually created a let's say color. So there. We successfully defined it. Shit. There you go. So now link target. Let me copy that. Let, add that there. So now we're expecting that this is color red. Hmm. Yeah, doesn't work, but yeah. Let's find another. So border solid green. Yeah, it works now. So you can do that, guys. You can add class, but it won't be saved on the style, of course, on the CSS location. But you can do that here on the element. You can create a random class and then define the CSS properties that you know, and then there you have it. Now, what else? So let's say, how about this our services? We wanted this anchor to be to change its state. So we can do that by, I believe we can force a state and then choose hover. As you can see, the text has changed. The color of the text has changed. You can also do that here on the right side of the styles. And then we can check here and uncheck. So as you can see, the styles is changing. Um, to make a better view, we can do that again. So inspect, and then here we can say for state hover. There you go. And then we went and check this. Let's try that again, right? So our services over. Yep. I'm not really sure what's wrong, but let's try it again. Our services. Our services. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So I have selected this anchor. Then I want to force the state hover. Yeah, there you go. So the text of the anchor has changed. And once I unselected this, there you go. It goes back to its default color. So those are one of the ways we can use the styles within the elements panel. And then what if we wanted to, let's say, change the padding or the margin or the border of the uh, element? We can go to the box model. You can click this guy here. Or if you want, you can go down at the bottom of the screen. So it doesn't matter where you want to uh, where you're comfortable. Let's say we want to change this padding, so let me inspect that and then let's go to the styles. Yeah, so we have here already the box. So let's try to change its padding. Let's increase it by 20. I believe this will be adjusted, so there you go. So it adjusted on the top, yeah, on the right. So let's try another one, 20. Let's say this one is 15. So as you can see, the model, there you go. It has changed the padding. So those one of the things you can do with the box model. And then I think the one last thing I could share about is, let me give some room on this. Click that. Is let's say I want to see the css of this element or the css file for this element. So there you go, you can do that here. And if in case that this css is minified, you can click uh, this guy here to unminify the css or even the javascript files. You can do that. Now going back again, what else? So as we can select the element again, um yeah, maybe we can go back to the to do. So it says here, explore the menu of the elements and the element selected. Yeah, I believe we have gone through that. styles. So how to add styles in two ways. Yeah. CSS file is pretty fire. Yeah. Yeah. So here we need to show you the computed style. So one way to show you the computed style is, let's say, let's click our services. Then by clicking that, um, let's go to computed. So this is the computed style for that element. And then what if I wanted to check a specific property and I want to go to that? I want to see where it belongs to. Let's say text align. When I click that, so here, yeah, so it helped me to navigate on where should I look at. So let's say first the page. Um, let's change this to index.html, and let's inspect this one again. Then as you can see here, this is the computed style. Let's say I want to check the color. Let me click that. Then it will help me to navigate to that, why the color is uh 00BCD4. So it helps me to show where it is. And if I wanted to go to the file, there you go. So in this case, this CSS is minified. So when I click this, one more time. Oh no, it's not minified. Sorry. So I thought it was. So there you go. It helped you to navigate to that uh, class in the CSS file. Okay. Now let's go back to the elements again. You can, let's say, change the position, drag and drop. You can do that by click this guy and drag it and drop it. That, as you can see, the contact us has changed its position. um yeah, you can also edit as HTML. So you have, if you have a good reason to change the entire element of this, the entire HTML of this element, you can do that. So what else? Oh yeah, you can clone this element. So let's say click duplicate, it will create another one for you. So if you want to practice, or you don't want to mess with this element and you want to create an element where you can mess out, there you go. Then what else we can do? Yeah, so maybe we need to move forward. Show the computer cell with there. Done with that. Sync your workspace log up. Okay. So in our sources tab, we will see here the page, pane, file system, overrides. But we're gonna focus on the page and file system first. So on the page, you will see this is where the assets were uh, what they call this, being served by the server for us to see those assets like HTML, CSS, and script files. However, you cannot really, let's say, change the scripts here because it is being served. But however, if you wanted to do that, we can synchronize the local copy of yours to the Chrome, so you can make some changes. So we can do that by selecting the folder, and then it will be notifying us if we want to allow that because it's a sensitive information. And then as you can see here, um, the color of the directories have changed. Even if you go back to the elements, the CSS there has an icon color green, which means you can change it. So yeah, let's say let's make a random number 20. When I hit, when I click Control S or hit save, I believe this is being saved. Yeah, so let's refresh. There you go. So it didn't change back to 15, and the value is still 20 pixels. So you can do that. Now, if in case you have changed your mind and you don't want to do that anymore, you can just right click and remove folder from Workspace, and then it will eventually go back to its default behavior. Okay, guys, I hope you liked that and it was helpful for you. And see you on the next video. On the next video, we're gonna try to look at the console API. Thank you. Cheers. Bye bye.